Okay, I think we're going to start. Hi, everyone. My name is Mark Redmond, and I'm the Executive Director of Spectrum. And I would like to welcome all of you for joining the Empty Bowl at Home. First time ever. So glad we're able to do this. Thank you for being here. A quick reminder, tech reminder, right off the bat. Please select Speaker View in the top right corner of your screen to make me and the videos that we're about to share easier to see. All right, so Speaker View. Thank you, REM Development, for sponsoring this virtual program. Now, hopefully you're all sitting there with your soups and bowls right now and already eating. I am. I got the Moroccan carrot. Love it. And if you have any questions, concerns, or delivery problems, call or text Charlotte Steverson, 914-260-2423. It's hard to believe how many people are in attendance this year. Usually when we're at the Davis Center, if any of you have been there before, we have about 400 people. You know how many people we have who participated this time? 550 people. Crazy. Never thought we'd get to that level. So thank you so much, and it's a testament to the community we have in Vermont and how lucky we are. So I need to thank a bunch of people, all right? And I want to mention, in a year as challenging as 2020, we weren't even sure if we could get soup and other food donations. But these restaurants and food purveyors, they went above and beyond this year, and we are so grateful to them. So please support them throughout the year. Here they are, ready? The soups. Penny Clues, Bluebird Barbecue, love the chili. Single Pebble, Honey Road, Our House Bistro, Pingala Cafe, Butch and Babes. Go to those places. Solid Bread and Butter from Sugar Snap, August 1st, and Vermont Creamery. Sweets are from Corinne's Bakery, Mirabelle's Bakery, Healthy Living, Lake Champlain Chocolates, and Kestrel Coffee Roasters. Finally, the Potters. Where would we be without the Potters? Nowhere. Chris Vaughn used to work for us. Now he's a Potter. Great guy. Jeremy Ayers, Rooftop Pottery, Rory Potts, and Claude Lehman. Thank you to the Potters. Now, I know all of these people would love to be tagged on social media, so please post your food and bowl pics or email them to events@spectrumvt.org. We would love to see them. And hashtag, I'm not good on hashtags, but it's hashtag Spectrum EB 2020. Spectrum EB 2020. Now, I have to thank our sponsors. Ready? We're grateful for their support, especially this year. The Nourish sponsor, PC Construction. Thank you, Jay. Jay Fayette is on our board of directors. Plate sponsors, Twin Craft, Denise Casey and Neil Lunderville. Denise is our board president. Wyatt Investment Research, Hallam ICS, Cummings Electric. The Fork and Knife sponsors, Community Bank, Mutual of America, Rockpoint Advisors, Handy GMC, Marathon Health, Sheehy Furlong and Beam, Rose Computers, Mascoma Bank, and UVM Med Center. Finally, the Spoon sponsors, New England Federal Credit Union, Duncan Wisniewski Architecture, Philadelphia Insurance, NFP, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Associates in Dentistry, that's my dentist, Joey Croft, New England Floor Covering, Hickok and Boardman, City Market, SimQuest, and Vermont Gas. Thank you to all the sponsors. Thank you. Now, I know one of the things you're missing, if you've been to all the other empty bowls, is the giving board, right? This is where you, instead of bidding for something for you, you bid to buy programs and services that go directly to our youth. It's online this year. You can find the link on your placemats, which are included in your delivery. I made a few of those deliveries today. I missed one, had to go back, but there's placemats in there, and that tells you how to do the giving board. We'll show it to you on the screen too in a few minutes. Any donation, no matter how small, you do tonight enters you into our raffle. And we have two prizes. A one-night stay at Hotel Vermont. That's Han Von Wees. Thank you, Hans. And a car detailing at Detail Works, right there on Avenue C in Williston. Everybody loves a clean car. 2 winners will be drawn for each item on Friday, October 16th. So if you want to mail in your donation, you can do that too. All right. Let me see what we've raised. I'm getting these texts. Hang on. I'm going to see what we've raised so far on, it was over, somebody text me. All right. We'll see. I'll tell you in a minute how much we've already raised. It was over 8,000 last time I checked, which is pretty good, but we want to get it higher. So we'll get back to that. All right, we have videos, bunch of videos. All right, Sarah Woodard is going to play the very first video. All right, Sarah, you ready to cue that up?
Hi, everybody. I'm Kristen Kelly from GMP.
And I'm Darren Perrin from WCAX Channel 3 News. We had so much fun at the Empty Bowl dinner last year, and we so wish we were with you again this year, but I guess we kind of are in this new norm. We loved helping to serve the soup, and we enjoyed a little ourselves too, right?
That's right. It was so much fun. We had so many great conversations. It was delicious too. And tonight's going to be a lot of fun also. So many people joining this event tonight to help Spectrum.
Yeah, great cause. Have fun tonight, everybody.
Enjoy.
Hey, you know what I love about October in Vermont? This and this. My favorite empty bowl. I'm Catherine Lundstream. I'm an artist in town, and I'm really sad that I won't be pouring soup for y'all this year. You can continue to help Spectrum do all the good work they do for all our youth who need help with housing, support, who need help with their car, who maybe need to get help with school. They are there for these kids and for our community. I'm so grateful to them for all the hard work.
Hello, I'm Lee. And I'm Ben. You may remember us from past Spectrum Empty Bowl events.
If you do not know us, we raise money for important programs at Spectrum.
And we are sad that we can't see you all in person. And if you still want to donate, you can donate to this website right here.
Did you know that I've been at every single Spectrum Empty Bowl? And they're a really great community.
And did you also know that last year we raised all together, every single person that was there raised $30,000. And me and my brother's efforts, we raised $17,000. And let's try and break it. So send this to your friends and family.
Thank you, Catherine, Monstream, Ben, and Lee for that. And looks like we're up to $8,103 so far on the giving board. All right, great. Keep it up. Let's go. So let's see. We have somebody else who's on right now, and he's going to say a few words. He's been to the Empty Bowl a bunch of times, and he's going to say a few words of welcome. Our mayor, Moreau Weinberg. Okay, Moreau, you're on.
Mark, thanks. Hello, everybody. It is awesome to be able to be with you in this way, even in these challenging times. It's given how great Spectrum events always are. It's not a surprise that Spectrum's figured out how to do this, but it's amazing nonetheless. This has always been one of my family's favorite events. We got our tomato soup here, and we're loving being with you and being part of it. I do, just on a serious note, want to say I think it's more important than ever that we come together like this. Spectrum is working with the city on so many critical fronts: homelessness, the opioid epidemic, and we know that these challenges are as big as they've ever been in recent years right now. And as great as we're doing with controlling the virus here in Vermont, I think we got a challenging months and even years ahead of us. So for you all to be here tonight and to be digging deep like you are is really important. We know Spectrum will put it to great use. And we need to come together as a community like this if we're going to get through this. So thanks for the chance to speak to everybody. I look forward, Mark, to figuring out how we're going to do the sleep out virtually as well. I think that might drive up attendance. And it's been a pleasure. Thank you, Spectrum. Thank you, everyone involved in this event, all the donors, all the cooks. This is awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Moreau, and I love the apron. He even remembered the apron. That's good, man. That is good. All right, listen. let's see. I want to do a quick shout out. We had to get food at the last minute. So let's see. More food and bowl. We were running out and these groups came through. Benny Clues came through. Healthy Living, Big Girl Catering, Honey Road, Sugar Snap, Claude Lehman, and Rooftop Pottery came through at the last minute because we never expected to have 550. I want to thank all the volunteers and staff, our own staff, Charlotte Steverson, Sarah Woodard, Erin Barnaby, and Bridget Everett. Man, they did such a great job. Kestrel, we were over at Kestrel with Charlotte runs with her husband, and it was just lined up with soup and desserts and salads, and everything was organized, and an army of volunteers. It looked like Willy Wonka's soup kitchen. It was incredible. I was in charge of wrapping the cookies. So if you have a cookie night and it's wrapped, that was me. I did that. I'm pretty good at that. So I just want to thank them and all the other volunteers. There was so many volunteers involved, and board members too. Board members came through for us. All right, so now we have a really special story. This is a video we're going to show. It's a young woman who, when I first met her in 2005 or 6, she was living in the Spectrum, one of our houses, and would come to our drop-in center for a meal. That's how I first knew her. Now she's a college graduate. She has a leadership role at Steps to End Domestic Violence, a nonprofit organization, and she's one of my bosses. I have to report to her now. She's on our board of directors. She's somebody who is just so inspirational. Her name is Faith Foley, and we're going to show a video of Faith right now.
I've lived in Vermont the majority of my life. I moved away twice to California, but I really enjoy the people in Vermont, so that's probably where I will stay. I think we have a great culture in Vermont that is just warm and welcoming and follows, I think it's pretty obvious in the times of COVID that we follow a social contract of taking care of one another and doing what's right for the ultimate good, and that's what's most appealing about Vermont to me. Yeah, I became homeless at 19. My mother moved out of the home that I grew up in, and it was going into bankruptcy, and she essentially told me, well, you're 18, so this is all yours. I was the firstborn, so I was always the responsible child that took care of my younger siblings. But having that responsibility of all of a sudden having to pay lot rent and pay the mortgage on the trailer and utilities, I had no life skills in order to do that. My parents didn't teach me these skills because they were alcoholics and had substance use issues. So there's a little bit of neglect, and their relationship was failing. And so there was a lot of turmoil at home. Still tried to go to school, but eventually I ended up dropping out of high school because I was completely overwhelmed, and I was sad that my mother moved into an apartment, took my little brother, but didn't take me. But it was really lonely too. There was a lot of static between my mother leaving me in the trailer and telling me that was my responsibility, and to becoming homeless. I just felt like I kept trying multiple things and I kept failing. And it got to a point where it didn't feel like anything really mattered. It was a tough place to grow up in that aspect. Through a community agency, I learned of Spectrum in the big city of Burlington. And so came down to the drop-in, and immediately I just felt like welcomed and accepted, and I wasn't, looked down on for being in the situation that I was in. To have someone in your life who hears about the things that you've gone through and the story that you have and can hold that without judgment is incredibly beneficial and amazing. Having hopes and dreams and things that I wanted to pursue for myself, and for the first time in my life being told that I could do those things, that those things were within my reach, that, my parents' fate didn't have to be my fate, that I could choose a different path. For the first time, I had someone believe in me, so I was able to believe in myself again. in this life, no one gets through it alone. Everyone needs support. Everyone needs a relationship and encouragement to do better and to be better. And none of us does those things without having someone in our corner. And often that person is our family, or it's an adult who's supportive. But in my case, that was Spectrum and the staff that worked there.
Thank you, Faith, for doing that video. Beautiful, lovely story. And thank you to all you donors. You're the people who make that possible. So before we end, Sarah, if I can tell a little bit, you know, people should have, before I start my story, turn on your videos. We want to see who's out there. Please put on your video if you're comfortable doing that. You know, I was thinking today while I was helping prepare the food and watching all the food, delivering the food, how important food is. You know, it's more than just physical nourishment. You know, there's something very emotional about food. So I thought about that. In fact, we're going to be expanding to St. Albans. We're going to open a drop-in center in St. Albans, hopefully by January. And when people in St. Albans ask me, so what's going to take place at this drop-in center? I always say the first thing is we're going to feed people. If there are teenagers and young adults who are hungry, we're going to feed them. And we'll do many, many other things too. We'll help them look for work and finish their education. But food is top of mind, you know. So I thought, what's a good food story? And this is 10 years ago. And I was driving into work early. We had a finance committee meeting, and there was somebody on my finance committee, a board member. It was her birthday. So Misery Loves Company in Winooski, before it was a restaurant, it was a bakery. So I pulled over to go into the bakery, and I was going to go in and buy her a muffin and then put a candle in it and light it for her birthday. So as I got up to Misery Loves Company, there's a line of people waiting for the bus, and I recognized it was a young man from Spectrum. His name was Nick. Bridget will remember who he was. And he was at Spectrum for a long time. I'd seen him a million times. So I went up to him as I'm going in the bakery, and I said, "Hey, Nick, how are you?" And he said, "Oh, okay, I went into the drop-in center last night and said goodbye to everyone." So I said, "Bye? Why did you say goodbye?" He goes, "Well, today's my birthday, and I'm 24, so I'm too old for Spectrum. So I went in last night to say goodbye." So I said, "Stay right there." So I went in the bakery, and I thought, what the heck? I'm buying one muffin for the board member. I'll buy a muffin for Nick. It'll be his birthday muffin. I won't have a candle, but at least I give him something. So I buy the muffins, I go out, and he's not there. Nobody's there. So I look, but the bus is there. So I'm figuring, oh my gosh, the bus must have arrived, and Nick is on the bus. So you know how the buses in Chittenden County, they're like dark, they're like, you can't really see through. So I'm going up to the bus, and I'm like banging on each window pane, trying to look in. And finally, because he's so big, he's this bulky kid, I can see this silhouette. So and the bus starts to pull away, and he jumps up out of his seat. And he says that he motions the bus driver, "Stop." So the bus driver opens the door. So Nick comes out and he goes, "What? So I said, "Here you go, Nick. Here's your birthday muffin. Happy birthday." And I said, even though you're no longer going to physically be there at Spectrum, your heart will always be with us. And he said, "I know that." So anyway, that's my little food story. And I have seen him since then. About a year ago, I saw him, and he was with his mom. He introduced me to his mother. But I really think there is something to be said for that. You know, and the soup that you have tonight and the rolls and everything else, it's more than just physical nourishment. You know, food, soup, meals, a muffin, it's a way to connect us to each other. So it's why it's so important we do this. It's why we do the Empty Bowl. It relates to our mission. It's why we have a drop-in center and why we're expanding in St. Albans too. So before we wrap up, we have a couple of very short videos, one or two. Please make a donation to the Giving Board. Let me see what we're up to now. We were last up to $9,453. Great. Let's get over 10. Let's get over 10 on the Giving Board, okay? So we will update you tomorrow on that, how much we raised. If you have any questions for me, I want to hear other Spectrum updates. All right, please stay on after the conclusion, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you send via Zoom chat. Oh, we're up to 10,513. Thank you, Bridget. All right, Sarah, you gonna queue up this this last Ben and Lee video, right?
Hey, it's us again. Have you donated yet?
Have you? If you haven't, you should go do that now.
Our cat wants you to. Spectrum appreciates you giving to the giving board so much that every time you give, they give you a raffle ticket to A, go to Hotel Vermont a night. B, you go to Detail Works.
If you don't know what DetailWorks is, DetailWorks is a Spectrum social enterprise, and they teach youth how to do life skills. So you might want to check out that site one more time.
Go back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanking you for supporting our work, for supporting our mission. Thank you.
Deb, are you ready? Deb.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you for all your support. We really appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support.
Okay, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna start because this has all been recorded.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for all your support.
Thank you.